Yeah. Hello.
Do I look at the camera or look at you?
Well, better the camera.
Okay.
Right? So, what do you expect from today's event?
Well, today, hopefully, I'll see some very ambitious entrepreneurs basically talking about their business and to learn a little bit about how they're doing and see how we can help them out. And ultimately, a small piece is judging the startups, but I don't want the results of today to be any sort of indication of really what a startup should do or not do because of one event.
All right. What level of startups do you expect in comparison to the US level of startups?
Well, I really don't want to make those sort of comparisons because I think entrepreneurship is a global phenomenon right now. And, the difference is not necessarily in the startup as it is the resources that are supporting the startup. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here, is I want to help beef up that ecosystem and make sure that entrepreneurs in Russia have the same access as entrepreneurs in the United States and Silicon Valley. Being in Silicon Valley, I have that network, and I'm going to try and maybe bring that network here to the extent that I can. And when it doesn't, use technology to do that. But from an entrepreneur's level, I have seen a few of them already. I'm impressed with a lot of them. So I think, there's no one that really has anything that is absolutely, completely different. But it's the same type of startups I'm seeing today in Silicon Valley. You see some location-based services. You see some companies, in security space. You see a lot of companies. So there's a little bit of everything here. And you see the same thing over there. But the fact that you guys have put this organization, this event together, that is very important. And the fact that you're giving these startups an opportunity to basically, showcase themselves in front of people, that is the most important thing that they get out today. And not necessarily the results of the judging.
All right. You're gonna let some startup who's a winner be a trainee at the Silicon Valley Plug and Play Tech Center, right?
Yeah. So there are going to be a few that are going to go to Plug and Play, and I'll help them out. I have spun out of Plug and Play and created a new entity called Global Tech Ventures, but I was responsible because it's a new entity for helping organize that whole thing. So absolutely, they're still going to be there. And I will help them to any extent I can, and hopefully, they'll get what they want out of their visit to Silicon Valley. But the most important thing is, if I can maybe make a suggestion, is that Silicon Valley is not the answer to success for an entrepreneur. Silicon Valley has some resources there, but the answer is really here in Russia. So what we need to do is help build up this ecosystem, because there's not anything that Silicon Valley has that this doesn't have that can't be started. And so, I hope that when entrepreneurs go to Silicon Valley, they're thinking more of learning than versus thinking that that's the place to be to succeed. Because what they need is really right here. We just need to build it.
All right. So what impressions did you have for Wobot's travel to Silicon Valley?
The what?
Wobot. I mean.
Oh, Wobot.
Yeah.
I think they did. They have they were there for a short period of time, and I think the most important thing for them was to get a feel for how things are done, and hopefully they could be a catalyst for change here. So that's kind of hopefully what they got out of it. I mean, when you're there for a month, there's not a lot you can get accomplished in terms of business, but hopefully they, we introduced them to a lot of people. They were able to build a network and continue to build a network, which is really important. This is not one trip will kind of make or break a company. Wobot's a good company because of who they are and not because they went to Silicon Valley.
Yeah, sure. Who do you expect to be a winner today?
That's the magic sauce, isn't it? I don't know. I'm going to keep an open mind. I'm definitely going to keep an open mind.
So maybe you should predict, would it be in the level of internet startups or biotechnology?
For me, none of that matters. It's not one or another. There are some areas that are more popular right now, or hot, so to speak. But ultimately, the way we treat entrepreneurship is really with the people and their people's ability to execute. Because a good entrepreneur can change his technology, but technology cannot change an entrepreneur. And so I really focus on really the skills of an entrepreneur and helping building those, because the technology can evolve and so forth. So.
All right.
Yes, hi.
Could I please ask you?
Card or anything so you know who I am, or doesn't it?
Oh yeah, thank you. Alex already asked you some questions on Friday. I saw this interview.
Oh, you did. How did I do? Did I do okay?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
sure. It's a point.